When you talk about rivers, certainly it draws so much passion, so much anxiety, and so much political heat waves. And that's what you see your guests are bringing on board, and they are trying to explain rivers from our perspective here, the state of emergency, and all of that, and what becomes of Governor Sim Fubara, what becomes of the state. And somehow some will always want to touch on the FCT minister, Nwosu Wike, whom we have said clearly that is a very active party in what happens in Rivers State. Okay, let's come back now to Abuja discourse very quickly. We are looking at what transpired at the Senate very recently, when the Nigerian Senate decided, or when senators from the Southeast geopolitical zone, the Einaya Abaridos of this world, the Victor Omer of this world, and others decided to move a motion on the floor of the Red Chamber seeking the immortalization of Professor Humphrey Nwosu, the former chairman of NEC, the one who presided over the June 12 election, the one who was the election umpire chair during the June 12 election of 1993. Well, the whole drama is so mixed up, more complicated with the last book launch by the one they describe as the Maradona, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the Mina-born army general. Now, the question is, should Humphrey Nwosu be immortalized? For some persons, particularly Edo North Central District Senator Comrade Adams Ali Oshomole, former Edo State Governor, he never believed that is apt at all. His argument is trending so much in the social media space, and the Senate appears to toe his line. But the Southeast senators are not happy about that. But this morning, let's look at it. Senate rejection of a motion or a move to immortalize late Professor Humphrey Nwosu. I'm being joined by Barrister Sonny Oyanwu, a legal practitioner, and we are also expected to be joined by Olanrewaju Oshoviazu, who is the former senatorial candidate of the SDP for the FCT. Now, Barrister, quickly, let's get your take a little. I know before you spoke so extensively on the Edo State Governor visiting Kanu yesterday, trying to make peace, calm nerves, that we should live together as a team and all of that. And that, for me, was a welcoming development.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. Visiting Kanu, I think Kanu and
Abuja, because he came to see the Deputy Senate President in Abuja.
Yes, it's a welcome development, because if there's that unfortunate situation that happened there, it was not good for anybody. So for him to go to Kanu and visit Abuja is right. I commend him for that. I commend him for that. At least I commend him for that.
Okay, now let's go to Professor Humphrey Nwosu. The call for immortalization and the rejection of the appealed immortalization. What's your take? Let's start on a broader note. Then we'll start to narrow it bit by bit of what action he played, the counter moves and all that the senators believe that Humphrey Nwosu should not be immortalized, while Abiola and others should be.
Well, I think what the senators, distinguished senators, did was a show of shame. Humphrey Nwosu is a pillar of democracy. Without Humphrey Nwosu, what they are enjoying now, the senators, what they are enjoying now, the messages that is always sent to their email boxes, they will not be enjoying it now.
What messages is it?
Of course, the guy as the Senate President will tell you, they'll be sending messages to their email boxes. That's money, sending money to their email boxes.
Okay.
What they are enjoying today, they will not enjoy it. Why would they not immortalize this? When IBB, who destroyed democracy, launched his book, what happened? All of them were there, including the likes of Shomole. Shamefully went there.
But he went there as a incumbent senator.
Yes, he went, whatever.
Have you been invited?
For me, I see Shomole as a political nuisance.
No, you cannot. That's too harsh.
It's too harsh.
But he went there having been invited.
And what happened? And the man who destroyed democracy came and apologized to the Nigerians. So I'm sorry I did what I did. The man who stood, challenged the junta, Professor Humphrey Nwosu. Remember what happened to him? How a judgment was procured overnight by Honorable Justice Iteme. And at the end of the day, They could not immortalize that man. And people like Oshumule is kicking against it.
No, he said as far as he's concerned, he believed that Nwosu did not stand very firmly.
But
you saw the
Nwosu read the result. It was only Adamawa. Only one result that was left for Nwosu to announce all the results. When they procured this thing, the Babangida government then disbanded the FEDECO and arrested Nwosu as an individual. What do you think he would have done? He would have challenged the military with a bare hand. You should come out and tell Nigerians that thing was supposed to have done that he did not do. He would have challenged the military with his hand. When they disbanded the FEDECO, they arrested this. They put him under house arrest. He could not move until everything died down, settled down. Then they allowed him. Go and read a book, and go and read the IBB book. The man who destroyed the democracy, Oshomole and Co went to praise him.
No, Oshomole did not praise him, but maybe they just.
What did they go there for?
So all the people who went there just went there to attack.
Let me tell you why they refused to immortalize Nwosu is because it's an Igbo man.
Why? Are you?
I am telling you.
Is that not divisive?
No, it's this. It is what the
Igbo man is not divisive.
No, that's what the Igbo man has been suffering ever since the 1966 coup of January 1966.
You are saying that if Nwosu had been from other parts of the country,
if Nwosu come from other people back the north or the west, they would have immortalized him. Let me tell you, if the federal government had wanted to immortalize Nwosu, they don't need to pass through the Senate. Remember when Buhari declared the June 12th as Democracy Day? Did he pass through Senate? He went and those announced to Nigerians that today we're enjoying it. Even the president too is enjoying from what the legacy of Humphrey Nwosu. The Tinubu is enjoying what the foundation made by Humphrey Nwosu.
So you are saying that election that was done, some, maybe the likes of Oshomole and some other senators believe that Nwosu was just the election chairman's, the election umpire's chairman, and as far as they are concerned, he really, at a time when he needed to stand very firm, very aggressively, he never did that. And that the main actor in that may just be the MKO himself. I don't know whether we can add Kingibe, although Kingibe was also somewhat given a GCON at some point. Whether we can bring Kingibe in as one of the actors that did not stand very well with his boss at some point when MKO was going through his travail. Kingibe was not seen so much in the picture. And all of that, as far as they are concerned, when you immortalize Abiola, that may have suffice. Okay,
you immortalize Kingibe. You gave
no, Kingibe, I think he's still with us, but you gave him.
Sorry, he was given an honor. Very good. Thank God he's still alive. He was given an honor. And Abiola, who was the main key player of that election, was equally immortalized by declaring every 12
and the stadium name after him.
Stadium name after him,
other things.
Even university, I think he should have a university. I don't know.
And so the stadium in Ogun is MK Abiola. Yes. Abuja one is MK Abiola.
Very good. Now, the man who conducted that election free and fair, remember what we call option A4. It was a brain
like a tsunami.
Yes.
Like a tsunami. I know that.
And at the end of it,
they had to kill behind and
very good. The whole world, including the international community, adjourned that election as the freest and fairest election in the history of Nigeria. Is there any other election we have conducted that came closer to Humphrey Nwosu's own? The answer is no. Humphrey Nwosu conducted an election and made it clear to him, his body language and everything, that look, Abiola won that election. And he said they're announcing it turn by turn. It was a logistic problem that made Adama want to come the next day. If you look, I followed it as a young man. It was the problem of a logistic from the next day, to bring a result from Adama to conclude this and for him to announce immediately. Since the Babangida had the man to truncate it here and all it and procure. You remember a judgment that was procured midnight. but Justice Ekpeme, I don't know whether he's alive, through Ato Zeribe for better Nigerian, yes, ABN, very good, ABN, very good. At the end of the day, Humphrey Woods still stood tall. They went overnight, and the junta immediately disbanded Fedeco and picked Humphrey Nwosu and arrested him. Why? And they say he has not done enough. Somebody should come out and tell me. I wouldn't want to listen from. I wouldn't want to take it from Adam Shobore. For me, I don't think it's nobody. There is a senator that doesn't make. As far as I see, what do you call it? It's a political nuisance.
It's not. It's just
he is. I challenge him. Let him carry me to anywhere he wants.
No, but he said, as far as he's concerned, he said Humphrey Nwosu did not stand well. Did not stand well. Him. Did not. But he enjoyed it well. Humphrey Nwosu did not stand well, but he's enjoying it now. Is he not enjoying it? No, I'm asking you. Is he not enjoying it as a senator? Yeah, well, he may.
He's enjoying it. He became a governor for 8 years for Edo State. What did he do? He wasted the people of Edo State time. For 8 good years, what did he do? And he came and put up, of course, we know what happened in the last election. So what does he say that Humphrey has not done what he's supposed to do? What is he supposed to do?
No, but he was expecting the way Babangida stood, the way Abiola stood and fought it to the end, even the pain of the price with his life, that Humphrey Nwosu should have gone ahead and announced the result, have declared Abiola the winner of the election, let the global community stand. Humphrey Nwosu should have challenged all the juntas, the Babangida and all those around him, Abacha and others, the Abacha and others, and move through.
And let Oshomole go and check his record very well. Humphrey Nwosu announced the result. I told you just one. He was announcing the result when they caught him. Remember, he's a professor, a professor of political science, a lecturer. He stood tall and said, "Look, I'm going to announce," and he announced the result. It was when they stopped him and detained him. What do you expect him to do? You see, he's an individual. What do you expect him to do? But whether they like it or not, Humphrey Nwosu, Professor Humphrey Nwosu, may so rest in peace,
has been immortalized.
Yes, has been immortalized by Nigerians in our hearts. Okay. The likes of Oshomole and Co. may not immortalize him. They don't have anything to do with him. But we, particularly people from the southeast, have immortalized Humphrey Nwosu. I will continue my time. No,
Barrister, when we play this now, do you think that the southeast senators were wise or we are smart in trying to do that? Somebody said the Southeast senators did not carry out enough lobby. They just brought that thing and dropped it at the floor, that they ought to have, in the spirit of parliamentary engagement, you ought to lobby your colleagues that we are coming on board to do this. The Southeastern senators, you need to go and see them at night, send text messages, make long call, visit people, convince them. We may not add the one of blessings to account. No, they may not add that. Apparently there may not be any blessing to send, but to lobby them, talk to them, engage them, spend about 3 intensive pre-plenary engagement, so that when it gets to the floor of the plenary, everyone will be speaking with a single voice.
Yes, they did it. Apart from exchanging cash, the senators lobbied their colleague. I said, look.
But why did they not label Oshomole?
Oshomole, it doesn't look like somebody, as far as I'm concerned, Oshomole did not mean well in this country.
You are very hard on Oshomole.
Yes.
Barrister, you are very hard on Comrade Adams Ali Oshomole.
Adam Shomole is a political loser.
No, it's not. He's a senator. It's a high-ranking senator. A 2-time executive governor, one of the most renowned Nigerian labor leaders. Now let's come back now. The other question. You said the fact that
they were actually the lobby, but at the end of the day,
okay,
money did not exchange hands. Because when you talk about lobby in Nigerian context, it must be money, dollars. They don't have to give to their colleague, perhaps, but they actually lobbied. Look, there's need for you to immortalize this man. At least name something after him. Name anything. It could even be market. Name anything after him. But they did not. They refused. Okay, then while they were lobbying, Oshomole was equally lobbying, but they should not immortalize him.
Well, you're very hard on Adams, Ali, or Shomole this morning. Okay, I think if our Zoom guest is ready, if our guest is ready to join us via Zoom, Olorunwaju Osho was the senatorial candidate of the SDP. He stood against Philip Tenimo Aduda, an incumbent senator, a senator of the FCT, Ireti Kinjibe. If he's ready now, let's quickly listen to him. If you can hear me, let's bring him on board if he's ready. On what he thinks about that. Mr. Olorunwaju Osho, if you can hear me quickly, we are discussing about the move by the Southeastern Senator to immortalize late Professor Humphrey Nwosu, the chair, the election umpire chair, the election that was declared the fairest and the freest in Nigerian's history, the June 12 election, where option A4 was used, and late MK Abiola and his running mate Magana Kinjibe are said to have defeated Ibrahim Tofa. That never saw the light of the day because that election was annoyed, throwing the country into one of his greatest turmoil. But any which way it is, some say divinely Abiola exited, Abacha exited, the Babangida had to stay in Mina, and as Abdulsalam Abubakar came in, and democracy was perfected, and today we are enjoying a lasting and prevailing democracy. So, Olorunwaju Osho, if you can hear me, do you think that Humphrey Nwosu should be immortalized? Okay, if we're not ready, let's quickly move on now. Now let's look at the like what you raised, the benefit of it. Some had argued that the election done by Humphrey Nwosu and the subsequent annulment had led to the reason why, when they were to hand over in 1999, everyone decided that we need to calm down the Southwest, because the Southwest had lost Abiola, and the election was free and fair, and the Southwest region felt really betrayed that their own won and they were not given. That's why they settled down for the two Olus, the Olufalaye and the Olusegun of the APP and of the PDP. Do you share that thought?
Yes, at that material time, if you what was happening then, it was proper to keep this country one, to appease the Southwest.
Yes.
When the election was truncated by Babangida and they refused to announce it, many people, of course, many people died. Right. Yes. So we said, okay, at the end of it, when everything cooled down, Abiola, in the course of all this drama, right, lost his life.
Wife Kudirat.
Kudirat lost his wife. So there are a lot of things they put. It is proper for us. Now said, okay, let us bring the two rules. Just like you mentioned, Obasanjo and Olufalaye.
Olusegun and Olufalaye.
So pick any of them. And Nigeria voted for Obasanjo. Obasanjo became 8 years, made 8 years, appeased them.
Tom said that was the benefit of the June 12.
That was the benefit of the June 12. Which, and today, even the federal government went ahead to even immortalize that June 12 by naming every 12th of the June 12 as a democracy day. No problem. I don't have any problem. What of the man who conducted that best result, that best election? A good election, the whole world said, this is the best. What happened to the man? You cannot do anything. You cannot immortalize him. And people, okay, and people are making noise about it.
Okay, I've just been told now that Olorunwaju Osho is ready to join us via Zoom. Mr. Olorunwaju Osho, like I said earlier, was the candidate of the SDP that went against PDP Philip Tenimo Aduda and current FCT Labour Party Senator Ireti Kinjibe. Well, if you can hear me clearly, Mr. Olorunwaju Osho, what's your take on the Senate rejection of a move to immortalize late Professor Humphrey Nwosu?
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, my brother and my co-speaker. You have been speaking well. Thank you very much. I do not support what the Senate did. It was very bad. It was in bad taste, because we knew that Professor Edison Nwosu put his life, Humphrey Nwosu rather, put his life on the line, for the sake of Nigeria, for the sake of developing democracy and ensuring that we enjoy what we enjoy today. And I believe that the debate was not well done, particularly because a lot of things were taken for granted. And I will say that it is not really funny what happened, because if you are around at that time and you are a student of history, you will know that the labor leaders of that particular time were not very much in support of that election. And maybe we can speak about that later. But I think what the National Assembly did was not good. But I still believe that all hope is not lost. There are several other ways we can immortalize Professor Humphrey Nwosu.
I don't know what I know you follow that argument that was trending on social media by former 2 times Edo State Governor and incumbent Senator representing Edo North Senatorial District in the Red Chambers here, Comrade Adams Ali Oshomole, where he argued that Nwosu did not stand very well in the defense of democracy. Yes, he organized a very nice election of option A4, but when the time comes, during the annulment process, Nwosu should have stood his ground against the junta, announce the result, call their bluff, and whatever it is, maybe like biblical Esther, if I perish, I perish. What's your take?
Okay, Adam Oshomole himself is that did this stand his ground against the junta that particular time? Was he on the side of Nigerians at that particular time? Was he on the side of developing democracy at that particular time? You recall that at that time that Pascal Bafiawu was the labor leader of Nigeria, and the Adam Oshomole leading the textile workers union from Kaduna was the vice president. And you know that in the just convention, Babangida wanted Pascal Bafiawu to be the vice president of MK Abiola, and MK Abiola did not accept Pascal Bafiawu. There were a lot of politicking that took place. Ultimately, Babagana Kingibe became the vice presidential candidate of MK Abiola, and this is not going well. Number one, with Babangida himself, that MK rejected the person that they wanted to force on him. And then number two, it didn't go well with the labor leadership of Pascal Bafiawu and Adams Oshomole. And so you can say that at that particular point in time, labor was broken into 2. So we had I think that Oshomole was on the side of Pascal Bafiawu, and that's why he spoke the way he spoke. Professor ABC Nwosu, he was declaring the result when they put a gun on his head and said he should not declare the result. And as a true Democrat, what did he do? He went to court. Is that not what we always say? If you are disgruntled about anything, go to court. And he went to court. And he went to court, what did he do? He attached the full detail of the result in all the states, including the FCT. He tendered it. And, he tendered it before the court. So what that means is that the court now, the result was declared to the court, whether you like it or not. It's no longer a private document, because once it becomes an exhibit at the court, people can inspect it. So by so doing, Professor Humphrey Nwosu stood on the side of democracy. He made us to know what the result was. And has anybody disputed that the result he gave to the court was different from the one Babangida published in his book? So how can Adam Oshomole, who has done some good in his life, by the way, and particularly standing up to leaders in other issues, but in the issue of democracy, which he has now benefited from maximally, becoming governor of Edo State and now serving as senator of Nigeria, he did not do well by speaking against Humphrey Nwosu. Nobody is perfect in life. Even he, Oshomole, there are so many people that have a lot of things against him when he governed Edo State. Now that he became senator, he has spoken once or twice well on behalf of the people. But this is the best time for him to have spoken for democracy. And I think he lost that chance. It's a lost chance. We thank God for people like Frank Okori. They were the one that stood up on behalf of Labour, that faced the junta, that faced, the bullet on the street on a daily basis. So where was Oshomole that time? We couldn't find him. And this is the best time for us to at least do something to let Nigerians know that those who put their life on the line for this country, their labor will not be in vain.
On the final note, if you are to see the Nigerian Senate, Godswill Akpabio and the senators on this matter, what will you be telling them?
I'll be telling them that they should be on the side of history. I'll be telling them that tomorrow it may be they may also be the victim, you know, of this kind of thing. And again, you see, we are talking about this, my dear presenter, because we are a country that is not really very innovative. If we are a very innovative country, we will not be going to National Assembly to immortalize Humphrey Nwosu. We will have built, you know, a museum for June 12th. And in that museum for June 12th, by the grace of God, Humphrey Nwosu has a larger than life space in that place that nobody can push away. So I believe that if the people that are in charge of our democracy, you know, it's not something that one person could have done. I've more this idea several times that I would like to build, you know, a museum to just document what happened at that particular point, that people can come to from all over the world. And if I had one Senate of FCT, that's one of the projects that I thought that I would do, because we are a country does not properly document our history. And what the National Assembly has done is that they did not want the history of this country to be properly documented. And that's why they just want to throw this aspect of our history into the dustbin. And it is unacceptable. So they can start everything.
Thank you very much.
That Akpabio and Co, they listen to.
As if your party is now becoming like a beautiful bride. It comes to our show. Your party is becoming a beautiful bride. It appears that people are running in, every and others. Are they welcome, or somewhat they should seek another umbrella?
Anybody who wants to join a political party is welcome. You know, political party is like what do you call it now? It's like a market. If you want to go and you want to go there and say, okay, I want to go and trade in this market, it's okay. If it's also like a worship center, you want to come and worship, it's okay. They can come in, but we have rules and regulation. Anybody that comes in right now, for example, you know that even Verify people are SDP in Kaduna, they are letting you know that look, even though we like what you are saying on national. We don't have a record of you here as our member. You have to go to the grassroots, you have to queue up, and then you have to join. And then we are also guided by philosophy. You know, so the problem with Nigeria is that Nigerian political parties are almost all the same. They have no philosophy, but SDP is very unique in its philosophy, and you can see where the chapter 2 of the Constitution of Nigeria is what anybody that is truly interested in transforming the society should focus on. These are the issues that deals with the people of the country. You know, and now they should be gone.
Mr. Nwosu, also thank you for joining us on the program. Quickly, before we join Lagos, let me take your last thought, Barrister Sonny on this matter. He appears to be speaking exactly the way you spoke, although he added some part on Labour, and all of you appear to be very hard on our own comrade Adams Ali Oshomole. What's your last thought on this?
But my last thought is if the presidency, Tinubu can wade into this matter and without seeking the consent of the Senate. And Oshomole. I go straight and utilize that land that laid the foundation. He, the president, is enjoying today. The last of Oshomole enjoyed 8 years, wasted 8 years in the state, and is still enjoying that. What did he do? Doing anything. Wasted 8 years.
That's too harsh.
I want to be very harsh on
the current senator.
Was it not harsh on somebody who made him what he is today? So I think I will call on the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to go ahead and immortalize Nwosu.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. Our guest had been Nwosu Oshomole, that joined us via Zoom, the former FCT senatorial candidate for the 2023 election that contested against Philip Aduda and current Senator Electric Engineer, as well as Barrister Sonny, and legal practitioner, and Ironwo, and the right activist. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay, quickly, yesterday, Governor of Edo State, Monday Owole, was in Kano State, where he met with the governor of Kano State. Later on, he came to Abuja. He met with the deputy senate president, who also is from Kano State, trying to make peace at all sides and ensuring that everything remained calm. The north, the south, the east, Edo State, and the whole Bende State as a whole enjoys peace. For those in diaspora, those at home, and all of that. Now, the Lagos Center